Football League is on the air. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Houston Texans. On the visiting sideline, there you see Packer head coach Matt LaFleur. These guys appear to have figured things out as of late, 4-2 over their last 6 games. Opposite him on the Texans sideline, DeMeco Ryans. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And trotting out there, no introduction needed for this guy around the league. Now in his 7th season as a QB.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There's nothing too many defenses have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
And the Packers first down.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. The hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
An 8-yard pickup.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. The numbers for him from a week ago, 20 carries, 84 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
Yeah, they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 8.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. Gay's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
A beautiful fake. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
2nd and 4.
Man,
and he hits him in stride. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now a first carry here for the running back. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. 2nd and 9 now.
So he scored his 8th touchdown on the ground last week, and most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, 10 is really the goal. And this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he and the offense to try and get him in there at least twice in this game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
For the Texans.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
The Packers at 500, 7-7 on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That is caught. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
1st down, Packers.
Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he stopped immediately there. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Packers' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 11-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Texans scoop it.
Hey, we can push ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they take over in a precarious spot here, albeit after forcing the fumble at the goal line. This is safety territory as they start from their own 1. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. This defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he's got his man on the out route. Matt LaFleur loudly voicing his objections to that previous call. He's going to throw out the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. They go play action here on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
38-yard line.
They finally caught up to him there at the end of the play, but great inside handoff, and what a powerful run.
The first few yards seemed relatively easy. Then it got tougher, right? And that's where he showed that he was not going to go down easily. He was not going to be denied until he got everything he could out of that run.
41 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Texans, first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Packers, 17-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. It's a quarterback sneak. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Texans go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone.
And this is something right out of Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work And here, it does.
7, Packers 3.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Packers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as you can see there, not only is he looking to secure a passing title, but he's also closing in on a 5,000-yard campaign. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Packers are once again back in front. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. Over the middle, it's complete. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he is going to have the Texans first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At his own 48-yard line.
Looking to throw.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Down to the 10, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you haven't been taught.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Oh, good move. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 31-yard line.
Back to throw here. His throw incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st down and goal to go.
If this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen, here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw, and they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for a 1st and goal. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are back within a score.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots and going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Packers offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this 1st half, it has resulted in a big play as borne out by the numbers. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed, it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
2 yards to go, second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
Texans fans, because it's third down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. The Texans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get scouted up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gives him a first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
It's now second and 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Evades him at the 10. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
A 25-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we are deadlocked at the break here, and the EA Sports Halftime Report starts now.
Our spin around the NFL starts now. At Lincoln Financial Field, the Eagles at home to take on the Cowboys in the NFC East. And this is the Eagles quarterback hooking up with his man for the touchdown here. One of 3 touchdown passes for him in the ballgame. The Eagles come away with the victory. Next, let's go to Landover, Maryland, just outside the nation's capital, looking in on the Commanders as they play host to the LA Rams. And it's Dontavian Wicks. He's so good working down the field, hauls this one in stride. A 55-yard touchdown. The Commanders had to work for it, but they win it by a field goal. Lastly, let's go to MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants taking on the Tennessee Titans. And this is the running back. He's going to take this one in, 11 yards on the touchdown run. The Giants win their 4th straight as they get the victory here. With that, time for a look at the playoff picture. Things starting to come into focus in the NFC here in Week 16. Meanwhile, in our game, we expected a tight one, and we got it, all even at the break, as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll look to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is brought in at the 21. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it to slot receivers? But all guys can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now we've got a third down and 3. Back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Packers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Intended for his wideout. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal, Green Bay.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play, not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front. So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this 3rd quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
2nd and 9 now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Texans, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Intended for number 85.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, don't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They'll look to throw again. That is caught. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll set up to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 22-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That's another Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 3rd down and 13. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Texans have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Partner, remember that old film with Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look at each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The visitors' offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. The offense on third down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on third down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. He'll drop to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well-timed there, and now fourth down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Packers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Wide open receiver complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. His second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Packers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Houston set to take over. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard.
Complete to number 13.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Fighting through. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And taken right at the 35. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
That's a gain of 4.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
And certainly not the greatest of punts there. This will get out of bounds right at their own 40-yard line.
40-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to pace this game away.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll go with the keeper. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. 23 yards on the tuck and run. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. So that touchdown pass number 51 for him on the year. And it moves it past 2 guys at 50, 2 of the best ever, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. Brady had 50 in 2007, and Mahomes did it in 2018. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. So now the Texans down by 2 touchdowns. A minute 53 remaining. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll come to the line. This is 3rd and 3.
Gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
He'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Well, there's still hope, but it's dwindling fast. No timeouts left. They need 2 scores still. 1st and 10 here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Number 12.
Here comes second down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 46-yard line.
Back to throw again. Packer pressure, and down he goes. This now a 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it, it's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
Yeah, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Green Bay, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Houston, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.